What if a society was forged not just from brute strength, but from intelligence, cunning, and intricate alliances? On the African savanna, the baboon has built such a world. They live in tight-knit troops where social hierarchy, power plays, and cooperation mean the difference between life and death. Welcome to Baboon, Society of the Savannah. Baboons are primates of formidable power. Their robust frames move with a confident, ground-covering stride, but it's the dog-like muzzle, armed with massive jaws and lethal canines, that makes even predators think twice. Cloaked in a thick coat, their most defining features are an intense, piercing gaze and the tough, hairless sitting pads on their hindquarters, perfect for long watches. As masters of adaptation, they are a dominant, diurnal force across the savannas and arid lands of Africa. In the wilderness, the quest for food is a battle. A baboon discovers a hive overflowing with honey. However, this prize is not easily claimed. The swarm's ferocious defense is a lethal threat, forcing a moment of hesitation. Finally, the baboon makes a desperate gamble, plunging in and enduring the agonizing stings of the swarm in exchange for the sweet honeycomb. The leopard's appearance sent a shockwave through the baboon troop. A tucked tail signaled it wasn't on the hunt, but the baboons took no chances. They remained on high alert, watching until the predator departed. The troop's search for food began. But moments later, the leopard made a sudden, shocking return. Recognizing the immediate threat, the baboons snatched their young and scattered. They fled to an area rich with fruit, where a frantic climb for food erupted. In the epic of the wild, the saga of the baboon troop cannot be overlooked. Along the riverbanks, a new generation bursts into life, playing, exploring, and testing the limits of their world. This is not mere child's play. It is a critical phase of development, forging the adaptability they will need to thrive in any environment the future may hold. Deep in the savannah, a primal story unfolds. A leopard, master of the ambush, stalks a troop of baboons. A view from the canopy. A sentinel spots the danger from above. The alpha's warning cry erupts, shattering the leopard's cover and exposing the ambush. the baboon troop's journey presses on. Before them, an oasis materializes, a perfect haven for the entire troop. Here, abundant water and plentiful food are the ultimate prize, the very key to their survival. For a baboon, life is more than a mere quest for food. Within the troop, tensions simmer and conflicts erupt, all for the coveted title of alpha. Youngsters gather, their playful antics turning into self-made wrestling matches. But as the troop loses itself in the rhythm of daily life, a challenger in his prime silently plots a coup. He quietly closes in on the alpha, igniting a brutal battle to claim his throne. With the troops young in need of nourishment, the alpha made a bold decision. He led the migration to the coast, a new realm teeming with the ocean's bounty. This feast from the sea dwarfed the meager offerings of their former mountain home. As the pioneer, the alpha claimed the first taste of the prize. Only then did the other members of the troop follow his lead. Beyond the shadow of human dwellings sprawls a vast pine forest, a critical food source for the baboon troop. Pine cones may not be a delicacy, but the baboons' incredible adaptability allows them to tap into the rich nourishment offered by this bounty. The cone's exterior is a tough, woody armor, difficult to breach. With its hunger finally silenced, the leopard sought the one thing it craved: restorative slumber after the adrenaline of the hunt. A wandering troop of baboons descended, mobbing the weary predator. Forced to retreat, the leopard sought a new sanctuary. Calling upon its innate climbing mastery, it swiftly ascended to a safe perch, ready at last to claim its moment of recovery. When food sources vanish, almost anything becomes a potential meal. From seeds and roots to the most barren, uninviting scraps, anything can become a fleeting meal. This time, the troop has stumbled upon an ant nest. The ants are minuscule, yet they are a powerhouse of protein, a miniature feast of nutrients. It's not a bounty, but it offers a vital injection of the energy they desperately need. With food growing scarce, resentment festered within the troop. They rallied the lower ranks, daring to threaten the alpha. A vicious struggle erupted, a fatal mistake. The clamor of their battle attracted a predator lurking in the shadows, the leopard. As chaos engulfed the troop, the predator seized its chance, snatching a member from the fray. The alpha appeared wounded, the internal conflict shattering the troop's vigilance. In the end, one unlucky individual paid the ultimate price for the turmoil, falling victim to the leopard's swift attack. The trek to new lands is a gauntlet of hidden dangers, with the tall grass serving as a perfect cloak for predators in waiting. The alpha baboon spots the threat in time. A coalition of cheetahs is blocking the path. Though the cheetahs don't yield easily, they have little chance of victory against the overwhelming force of the baboon troop. The decision to retreat is perhaps the wisest one they will ever make. The lion, an apex predator. The baboon, a master of vigilance and alarm. A lion launches its silent ambush, though the baboon is an unlikely target. In a fatal, fleeting moment, the baboon is oblivious to the closing threat. And in the blink of an eye, a member of the troop is snatched by the jaws of the predator. A troop of baboons and a pride of lions sharing an uneasy, year-round truce. Baboons are among the most intelligent primates, capable of reading an enemy with lethal precision and even deceiving their own to survive. They silently orchestrate a brilliant plan to ensure the lions can eat, knowing that a single hungry predator could spell doom for the entire troop. The scheme unfolds with astonishing success, and the lion's deadly hunger is finally sated. In the intricate social web of baboons, grooming is far more than mere hygiene. It is the invisible currency that forges bonds between males and females, diffusing the tension constantly simmering within the troop. But this order is terrifyingly fragile. If a single male unleashes his fury on a female, he faces the immediate, unified wrath of the entire troop. The breeding season is a crucible of conflict for the baboon troop. Males plunge into a brutal contest for the right to mate. Physical prowess, social standing, and the scars of past battles forge an individual's destiny. In the shadows of the troop, challengers lie in wait, biding their time to dethrone the ruler. In the world of the baboon, the right to breed is the ultimate symbol of power. In the crushing heat of the African summer, soaring above 100 degrees, Life itself is put to the ultimate test. Food sources vanish, forcing the baboon troop into a relentless march for the last remaining scraps. In its mother's arms, an infant finds its only sanctuary from the dangers that stalk the plains. To the troop, these young ones are the future of the clan. Every watchful eye, every protective gesture is a shield ensuring that this fragile existence endures, even in the savannah's most brutal days. On the African savanna, the baboon lives on the razor's edge of survival. With a formidable troop and keen eyes, they are no easy quarry. But predators, the lion, the leopard, are always watching, patiently waiting for a single one to stray. In this silent showdown, the baboon survives on its wits. The predator wins with timing. A single misstep is all it takes to seal their fate. Baboons play a silent, yet essential role. As they forage, they churn the earth and scatter seeds, unwittingly paving the way for other species to thrive. Their sharp alarm calls become a shield of sound, creating a pocket of safety in the territory. Both opportunistic predator and prey, the baboon is the linchpin that maintains nature's fragile balance.
Out here, the fight doesn't end when the prey falls. It begins with hunger, when every step is a gamble, and each creature risks everything for a chance to feed. Welcome to the wild, where the rules are written in hunger and instinct. The leopard is a solitary and adaptable predator across sub-Saharan Africa and parts of Asia. The leopards rely on stealth, patience, and explosive strength to hunt. They are influential climbers, often dragging their kills into trees to protect them from scavengers. The leopard's success comes from its ability to survive in places where other predators cannot. The leopard's hunting technique involves getting close to its prey and launching a quick, decisive attack, rather than engaging in long chases. Once it catches its prey, the leopard often drags it up a tree to eat safely. This method of hunting showcases the leopard's strength, patience, and instinct for survival. Leopards rarely tolerate the presence of wild dogs. When they cross paths, the dogs may attempt to drive the leopard away, relying on teamwork and noise. The leopard, though powerful, avoids being outnumbered. It may retreat or take refuge in trees. These encounters highlight the solitary hunter's limits against pack coordination. When they target agile prey, like antelopes, success depends on timing, cover, and a fast, decisive approach. They rely on stillness, short bursts of power, and a silent attack. The antelope may be quick, but the leopard is patient, calculating, and capable of ending the hunt in a single move. These encounters highlight a predator shaped by precision rather than speed. Leopards and hyenas often clash over food. The leopard values stealth and solitude, while hyenas rely on numbers and boldness. When they meet, conflict is brutal to avoid. Sometimes the leopard stands its ground, but often it yields to prevent injury. These moments reflect the tension between power and risk in the wild. Hyenas are adaptable predators across sub-Saharan Africa, thriving in grasslands, woodlands, and semi-deserts. Spotted hyenas live in large, female-led clans and communicate using complex sounds and scent. Hyenas rarely target buffalo, as the size and strength of the herd present serious risks. However, they may seize the opportunity under pressure from hunger or when a young calf becomes isolated. In these encounters, success is rare and danger is high. Yet for hyenas, the gamble sometimes offers a reward too tempting to ignore. Hyenas are not just hunters, they are also skilled opportunists. They will challenge even lions to steal a carcass when the chance arises. Their numbers, boldness, and loud calls often give them an advantage in such confrontations. Though risky, scavenging from larger predators allows hyenas to gain high-value meals with less energy spent. Despite their reputation as scavengers, they are skilled hunters with high success rates. Their powerful jaws can crush bones for hidden nutrients. In harsh environments, teamwork and resilience define survival. Hyenas rely more on persistence than speed when hunting. They often pursue prey long distances, looking for signs of weakness or fatigue. With strong endurance, they can follow targets far longer than many predators. Their loose but effective group tactics wear down even large animals. These hunts depend on strategy and stamina rather than speed. That's what makes hyenas so effective across the open plains. Hyenas can take down larger, more mature animals when they are right. They rely on endurance and persistence, testing their targets over time rather than striking with speed.
No. Shade.
They wear down resistance through coordinated pressure and careful timing until the moment comes. These hunts are demanding but offer high returns, showing the bold efficiency that defines hyena survival. Vultures are scavengers across Africa's savannas, woodlands, and dry plains. Their sharp eyesight lets them spot carcasses from miles away, guided by sight and scent. With highly acidic stomachs, they digest decayed flesh safely. By feeding on remains left by predators, vultures play a vital role in keeping ecosystems clean and balanced. When a carcass is left behind or unguarded, vultures descend in numbers. Wings spread wide, necks stretch and clash, each bird trying to claim a place at the table. Their sharp beaks tear through what's left, and within minutes, only bones remain. In these chaotic moments, their role becomes clear. Clean-up crews of the savannah. Historically, vultures have held symbolic roles in human cultures, both feared and revered for their association with death and purification. Unlike hyenas, African wild dogs depend on strict coordination and silent teamwork during hunts. While both live in groups, wild dogs use highly organized tactics, where each member has a role in the chase. They rely on stamina and precision, rarely vocalizing until the hunt ends. This difference gives wild dogs one of the highest success rates among predators in the savannah. African wild dogs rely on coordination and relentless pursuit. When chasing impala, they move as one unit, adapting quickly to every shift in direction. Their strength lies not in surprise, but in stamina and unity. This teamwork allows them to outlast and outmaneuver prey that might outrun a lone hunter. They often single out targets that are easier to isolate, such as injured, young, or distracted animals. Instead of brute force, they win through exhaustion. Their lean bodies and high stamina allow them to keep going long after most predators would give up. It's not about domination, but knowing how to outlast. Wild dogs target even challenging and unpredictable prey like warthogs. Their strength lies in size, coordination, stamina, and relentless pressure. They circle, confuse, and isolate, forcing their target into mistakes. A single warthog can be dangerous, but against a determined pack, the balance shifts. These encounters reveal just how far wild dogs will go when opportunity arises. Hyenas and African wild dogs often clash over food. Both species are social hunters, but their strategies differ. When they meet, the outcome depends on numbers, timing, and confidence. These confrontations can be loud and chaotic, revealing how survival in the wild is shaped by skill and who dares to hold their ground.
Thank you for seeing this journey through to the end. If you crave more stories from the heart of the wild, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to join us on our next great adventure.